Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad that you're here because tonight we're going to be talking about the Canucks newcomers and yours and my first impressions of these guys. And it was quite a debut for tonight. There's a lot of buzz, controversy, excitement, and so wanted just to just get there and talk about it. Yeah, there's a lot of positives, and so let's talk about those. There were a couple of negative things we want to talk about as well, or I should say, constructive criticism. That's a better way to say it. But just to recap real quick, if you didn't get to see the game, Red Wings win 3-2. Vancouver loses at home in overtime, and it was quite a night. I mean, if you were at the game, I had an opportunity to go to the game. I didn't end up going, but I had a number of friends that were there tonight. I think that you were pretty entertained by this evening. And, yeah, so I'd love for you to post in the comments. This is the big question tonight. What were your first impressions of the Canucks newcomers? I'd love for you to post it in there. So I want to talk about this game, these players. Excuse me. I've still got this cough. I have a little cough candy in here. I don't even know what you call it. Do you call it cough candy? I don't even know. That's what we call it when we were kids. So what were your first impressions? So post it in the comments here. I'd love to know more about that. But I thought overall the game itself had a lot of meh moments. Like there was times where I'm like, there's not a lot happening. There wasn't a lot of chances either side. I felt like Detroit looked a little bit better, but then I had to remind myself that these Canucks are trying to build chemistry with each other, brand new to one another. But the ending I thought was absolutely spectacular. What a finish to the game. What an overtime. Too bad we didn't win, but the getting the point was really nice. Really nice, especially if you're a believer that the Canucks are going to make the playoffs. That's very important because there's been too many 0 points that have not been no wins or even shootouts or overtimes that haven't been there. So let's quickly just talk about some of the interesting things around the game. Obviously, JT Miller's been traded. That's why all these trades started happening. Quinn Hughes is out due to injury. The newcomers were in. Sherwood and Joshua are back in. And because Hughes is out, EP 25, Elias Pettersson, was back into the lineup tonight. And so it featured the three Petterssons. So they were trying to figure out the nicknames for everyone. EP 40, D Petey, and then I like the one for Marcus Pettersson. It's MP3. MP3. I love that one. I don't know about you guys, but I just thought it was good. Okay. Let's dive into these things about these young players. And then I'm going to go into promo, talk a little bit more about the game, and then I'm going to get into your comments. So please make sure you post your comments in here. But I think first and foremost, everyone wants to talk about Philip Chytil. What a debut. Came out looked good, played on the second line beside Garland on the right and Joshua on the left. So he was the center. There are times where I'm like, okay, this is the thing I knew about Chytil. I knew that he was fast. I knew that he was lanky. I know that he's more of a streaky scorer. He's not a consistent scorer. He was a third centerman on the New York Rangers. So here he's getting more minutes, more opportunity. And I mean, if you're Chytil, you got to be excited about this trade just for the fact, like, man, I can really prove myself and, you know, wanting to get another contract extension, wanting to get a little bit more money. So he's got a lot to play for, doesn't he, everyone? He's got a lot to play for. So that goal he scored, everyone's going to talk about it. Fantastic. Great effort. Just waited out and then got it underneath Lyon's arm there. Man, that was beautiful. And it was clutch too, right? Clutch. And we had some opportunities, but in the third period and overtime, he really showed some of his skill sets. And I like that one where he went through a bunch of players, didn't get it there to get the shot off, but I was still impressed by him. I would give his overall first debut performance probably a B+, and I'll tell you why it wasn't higher. But before I do that, I just want to remind you, it didn't matter how they played tonight in the way. I'm just giving them first impression thoughts, okay? First impression thoughts. So I still think you need about 15 to 20 games to get used to the new system, new teammates. And so this won't affect my overall, are they a good fit in Vancouver? And there's lots of trade rumors still surrounding the Canucks and excuse me, including Chytil. There's like Chytil and what was it? Was it Höglander? And there's like people wanting to trade for Josh Norris, the centerman out of the Ottawa Senators. So I'm not saying that's what that I've just seen that a couple times. I'm not saying it's a report. I would say it's a rumor, not a report. And I don't even know if the Canucks are interested in doing that. I have no idea. But I'm just planning that he's going to stay and he's going to be a piece to the Vancouver Canucks. And I thought he had an incredible debut. The only thing would be my criticism is on that last play, he kind of he didn't get the opportunity to score, and he didn't get back in time. Next thing you know, it was a 3-on-2, and then DeBrincat ends up scoring. So I know he had played a lot of minutes. I know that he had played a lot in overtime. So I'm trying to give him a pass on that. But at the end of the day, you're a professional. And that's the other thing, too. All these guys are professionals. You would expect a certain level of play by all three of them, okay? So whether it's Chytil, Marcus Pettersson, or Drew O'Connor, there's like just different things there that you would expect them to be at a certain level. But I thought he had a great debut tonight, and there was a lot of excitement and a lot of promise. Hopefully, he can keep up that kind of excitement because the fans in Vancouver are going to love him. Now, Marcus Pettersson showed to me tonight, he's just an NHL veteran defenseman, okay? I wouldn't say he was amazing. I wouldn't say he was terrible. I wouldn't say he was average. I just thought he was an NHL veteran defenseman. And what we need is a guy who can be trusted on defense, who can play. I think he was playing with Hronek tonight, if I remember correctly. And yeah, he was solid. He was solid. And then he had some opportunities as well. I was hoping he was going to bury one. That would have been awesome too. So I was happy with this performance tonight. I feel like he's that kind of defensive defenseman guy that you're not going to notice most nights, but he had good control and it seemed like he had a good first pass. And so I thought overall, I would give him probably a B, I guess. I would have given him an A if he had scored on one of those shots. But, I mean, very good. Very good, right? And then there's Drew O'Connor, right? Drew O'Connor. And there is a lot of hype about this young man. He is 26 years old, though, so he's not as young as Chytil, who is 25. Well, it's only 1 year younger, but whatever. It is what it is. I think Drew O'Connor showed promise tonight, and he showed his speed. And the report is that he's the kind of guy that you sit there and you go, man, that speed must equal production. Apparently, he's got lots of speed, but he has no finish. And I just hope, and that's what the report is. That's what people have seen. He hasn't had great numbers. He only played really great when he played with Crosby for not this season, but last season was really, he looked decent, had 16 goals. But I'm just hoping that he finds his game here. And I know that's kind of crazy to think about. Like, you find it in Vancouver when you're not playing with Crosby or Malkin. That's hard. I know that Crosby and Malkin are not the same players as they used to be, so I get that. Yeah, so that's the report on him. I hope that he has his career goes to the next level on the Vancouver Canucks. That would be really nice. Back to Marcus Pettersson. I don't know if you saw that report that Crosby, I believe, had texted Rick Tocchet and talking about how great of a teammate he was and of a player and how he's going to be missed. And people are like, wow, isn't that amazing? That's what Crosby said. I mean, what would you expect Crosby to say? You think he's going to send, dude, he's terrible. You don't know what you're doing. Like, Crosby's a pretty positive guy, and he would be pretty positive about his teammates. So that didn't blow me away, but it was nice to see. It was really nice to see, and I hope that everything that Crosby said about him comes true in Vancouver. Now, the other newcomer that is no longer a newcomer, but I think it's worthy of mentioning, is EP25, which is Elias Pettersson, DPD as people call him. He got his very first career assist. I thought that was going to get waved off, that Suter had too high of a stick, but I guess they couldn't prove it. It was too high, or that they just saw an angle that they said, no, this is a good goal, which I was excited about. I was very excited about. But you just watch him out there and it's like, why is he not in our lineup on a regular basis? And that is one of the things that's going to be hard for us to understand, but he's still young. I get it. He needs reps, but he's not going to his AHL All-Star game, everyone. He's staying up with the big club. And that says something, that he wants to be here and he wants to have the opportunity to, well, you make a lot more money playing for the NHL than you do in the AHL. So that's a great motivation as well. So again, impressed with his play. Wasn't perfect. First NHL point, excited for him. Love his physicality, love his vision on the ice. So those are my thoughts about the younger players. And going back to that trade, and I won't talk a lot about that tonight, but the Canucks ended up getting a lot younger in these trades, and they helped their cap space. So those are two major positive things, even though I do think we downgraded significantly, and we didn't, I don't know if we won either trade, but it is what it is, and we are trying to fill spots, and we're trying to move move Miller out. And so but yeah, getting younger and having players there that you can grow with, that's awesome. And helping out anytime you can help out your cap situation, that's fantastic. Now here's let me go to the promo, and then I got a couple last few things to mention to you guys, and then I'm going to get into your comments. We have 131 people here in the chat, loving being with you guys, and you girls, thanks for being here. But let's get to the promo, and then we'll get into your comments after a couple more comments about the game. All right, back to the game. One of the things I was surprised about was Brock Besser got blanked again by Detroit. Apparently, Brock Besser's never scored against the Detroit Red Wings. It's the only team in the entire NHL that has blanked him for his whole career. I was like, and tonight he had some opportunities. He had the breakaway. By the way, that pass was so high, and he knocked it down and then came and got the shot off. And, I was hoping he was going to score there. I don't think, is that the one he didn't get a lot of flex off of that one? But there was a few chances he had. The one that he came around the side and it was coming in, and he was it a deflection or a shot? He didn't get his stick on it properly. That would have been a real nice goal, because it was kind of more of a, not a garbage goal, but a working hard kind of goal. But man, he's getting blanked every single time you played the Red Wings. You've never scored. That is surprising. I mean, Detroit, not that you're going to hang your hat on that, but it's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool to see for them. But man, I was really hoping that Brock was going to get that goal. And then wasn't it nice to have Sherwood back in the lineup? Another 8 hits. This guy just is like search and destroy. He is a fantastic hockey player in that bottom 6 role. Sometimes he can play on that second pairing on the wing. But man, it was nice to have him back, wasn't it? I just thought it was fun watching him. Now, I want to talk to you guys and girls about Pettersson. I know I've talked to you about him a lot, but I want to clarify a couple more things. I feel like I'm doing this very often, okay? So let's talk about EP40 just for a moment, okay? EP40, see the PD Police, and I made a video on that, right? Go check that out. It looks like it's the red background. It looks like this, okay? Go check that one out, okay? So the Pettersson police, the EP40 police, the PD police, I find that they can't handle any criticism about Pettersson. That's why they're always coming after me, okay? Now, I don't hate the guy, okay? I don't hate the guy, and I want him to succeed. I want to win a cup in Vancouver, and that's with Pettersson. Great. I'm totally happy with that. But if we're honest, if we're transparent, if we're truthful, he's got to produce. End of story. I have no problem when he gets paid big bucks as long as he produces big time. And all the excuses are over now, okay? Miller's gone. Your injury stuff's long time ago. So this is the thing, right? This is the thing. So I just want to make that really clear. So I understand the PD police are after me all the time, and they accuse me that I hate him. I have been really down on him because he hasn't produced. But I'll tell you right now, if he does produce, I'm going to give him all the credit. When he does produce, like when I was at the San Jose game, he looked fantastic. 2 lights out goals. Were they both on the power play? I know one was for sure. So that's the thing about me and PD, is I just want him to produce. And I think that should be everyone's expectation. Now, before you guys get angry, the PD police that's come in here and got angry, just want you to know that Pettersson himself wants the added pressure of being the guy. That's what he said. The guy who other teams focus on, okay? That's what he wants, okay? So you sign the big deal. You get rid of the guy that's giving you some trouble in your locker room, and you get the added pressure. You get the added focus, and you're like, he said, I want to accept that. He also said, I want to be here, okay? So I want to be very clear that all the expectations I have, and you may have for him, he has for himself. So he's got high standards for himself, and I think we need to have high standards. I didn't think he was amazing tonight, but he had some good moments. He had some good moments for sure. I think he's an elite passer. I think he's good defensively. I wish he would shoot the puck more, because I think he's a fantastic shooter as well. His accuracy is really good. But if we see that, I think he'll be great. Okay. Now, talk a little bit about the trade thing. Apparently, Canucks are not done in the trade department. That's what all the rumors are saying right now. So I believe they'll be making another deal, in my opinion, before the trade deadline, but are done making moves by the Four Nations face-off that's coming up. And that is this. We have 4 games this week. So today, first day of the week, Sunday, versus Detroit, we lost 3-2 in overtime. Then we play Tuesday night at home to Colorado. We're on the road to San Jose on Thursday, and Saturday we're back at home. If I'm correct on that, yes. So 3 home games, 1 road game this week. Okay, let me dive into your comments. I thought it was a positive night. I really enjoyed watching the newcomers. We have 120 something comments in here, so I'll try to get through as many as I can. Yeah, I figure a lot of people will think that Chytil is good. I thought it was a great opening night. Chytil grabbed his first goal as a Canuck. That's nice to see. Eugene says trade number 40. He will only get upset and disappear again. Cannot blame JT Miller anymore. Okay. David, with just under 50 seconds to go in overtime, DeBrincat killed our hopes of a win. Yes. Scored the game-winning goal. And yes, we got a point. Absolutely. Had a bit of a nap, and that started sometime in the third period. Yeah, I hear it. Well, you're also 3 hours ahead. No Hughes, no power plays, no problem getting a point from the mighty Red Wings. Dan, good comment. Rick is here. Chytil played way better than Petey tonight. Better trade him before Pillsbury. Petey gets his feelings hurt and starts to sulk again. I know that the fan base is divided on him. I've been very consistent about Pettersson, in my opinion, for a long time now. But a lot of people want him to get traded. But it's good to have all of you in here, especially you, Rick. All of our new additions played well. Sucks that Hughes is out. Yeah, and my guess is I don't think Hughes is going to play this week, and I don't think he's going to the Four Nations Cup. But I hope he does, because, man, I would hate it. I would have hated to have the tickets tonight, excited because you're going to go see the team. JT Miller gets traded, but then it's like, oh, the newcomers are coming. It's like, oh, but now there's no Hughes. I mean, there's no Hughes, no JT Miller. I personally would have been disappointed with that. But the way the game ended, I would have been happy. Rick says Chytil got an A+, Marcus got a B-, and O'Brien got a B+. I thought Marcus Pettersson played better than O'Connor, but yeah, a lot of people are going to say what Coach Rob Willie's saying. They look great to me. It was a nice goal, Chemo, wasn't it? By Chytil. I don't know if we definitely did, but I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that. I enjoyed watching Chytil, him and Marcus Pettersson. That was good. It was fun to watch those guys. Of all the new guys, all of the new guys look good out there, Dan said. Tony, good to see you. Coming in from Facebook as well. By the way, I stream on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Chytil was great tonight. Loving the new additions. I thought they had a good night. We outplayed Detroit big time, but the refs missed so many goals. That interference call that wasn't called on Pettersson, I was surprised at. Chytil played exactly the game he said he would, pre-game availability. Oh, okay, like fast and effective? I don't know. Personalized. I didn't know his face-offs. If he had apparently he's not a great face-off guy, so if he can learn how to do that, it'd be great. I really like Marcus Pettersson, and he played well as DPD. O'Connor has Connor-like speed, it looks like, at least. Callum's here from Facebook as well. So you were impressed by Marcus. DPD was better than expected, and EP40 was visible. I think we can all agree that Chytil was great tonight. I like the MP3 name. That is making some great music. Good job. Susie didn't play today, or Hughes. It was Hughes and Susie, I think, didn't play, right? Do I have that correct? How do I not know that? I don't even feel like I saw Susie out there. Never heard his name. So let me just confirm with you. I don't think Susie was there. No, Susie was not there. So on the left-hand side, it was Forbert, EP25, and Marcus Pettersson. Those were your three on the left-hand side. Angelo said the Three Stooges. Sherwood looked good, but is obviously still hurting. Not his usual physical prowess. But I mean, 8 hits still, but you're right. You're right. Curtis, hey, Trev, I bet you that Vancouver may win the Cup in 2030. I cannot see it happening for a few years of the Canucks going to the Stanley Cup Finals. Do you agree? Yeah, I it's really hard to get to the finals, so I'm not sure when we're going to get it. I just find that every year we kind of push back the numbers. So I think Canuck Tony's been saying 2026 for a long time. That would be awesome. I was hoping we were going to win it last year, but this year it doesn't look like. I mean, if we make the playoffs, then we may have a chance, but who knows, right? Nothing is perfect is here. Marcus Pettersson is the dragon, as per O'Connor. I didn't know that. Yeah, I like these ones. EP 25 is DPD, EP 40 is CPD, and MP3 is MPD. That's a good way. Yeah, that was a beautiful wrister by Chytil. EP3 was the most impressive. No Hughes, he looked like a good, natural, smart, slick, and decisive. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, Miller's got 2 goals, 2 assists in his 2 games. Yeah. I mean, I'm expecting him to produce, right? That's just. I'm not surprised about that, but it's nice to see for the Rangers. I think Chytil strengthened the faceoff, motivated EP in the circle as well. EP 40 was much better on the draw tonight. That's a good point. The refs are getting tired of PD falling down whenever he gets tripped and interfered with, apparently. Yeah, good point. I was going to scroll down a bit here. Yeah, he's really fast. Evening Kempner, great game. New players look good. I agree. Totally different atmosphere in the Canucks game. Yeah, absolutely. Heard rumors of Nux looking at Patrick Laine as well. I hope that's not true. I really hope it's not, but thanks for sharing that. We talked about his quickness. Popeye thinks that Laine would be the right fit. I don't think that. I mean, for video games or what? I don't know. He makes a lot of money. Chytil looks great carrying the puck, not just dumping it in for once. Great zone entries almost every time and 0 drop passes. Yay. Yeah, that was nice. That was a terrible pass from Garland, though. Yeah, sure. I'll give you that. But watch it again. Chytil, with his speed, didn't come back. So that's why I didn't give him an A tonight. The Canucks do have trouble in overtime with Quinn in the lineup, Yeesh or Yeet. And we just have trouble in overtime. It doesn't matter who's there or not. But we have lots of trouble without him. Lefty all around, Marcus Pettersson was awesome tonight. One of the best defensive defensemen in Canuck history, in my opinion. Wow. That talk about overreaction theater for first impressions. Wow. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion for sure, but I won't make those bold claims after one game. Pettersson to Sabres makes trade makes sense. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I just have the feeling you're not going to trade Pettersson now, but if he did, that would be shocking to me. I think the Canucks played better without JT Miller. Yeah, maybe. Marcus Pettersson was playing with the Chaos Giraffe. Yeah. Which they played good together. Murray, good to see you again from New Zealand. That's there. Yep, they did lose Popeye, but they got a point. So that's good. I'm saying it. First time I've seen him play, and he is better than Alex Edler defensively. Okay. Sounds good. We tapped our voices and played them backwards for a laugh tonight. Hockey backwards came out. E-O-E-E. Oh, just oh, I don't know. I don't know what that means. That I'm glad that you had a good time. I'm confused. Marcus was the most sought after defenseman in a trade. Why is that? Because he is that good. All right, Lefty. I think it's great that you think that he's the next best thing, and I really hope that he is that. But I'm gonna wait 15 to 20 games before I just kind of make bold statements about anybody there. J Pat, very negative still. Oh, is he? I find that he's quite truthful. I don't know. Think he's negative all the time? Huh. Interesting. I'll have to kind of watch him a little more closely. Moving off Miller is the sneaky, slow start of a rebuild, right? It looks like that to me. I'm not sure. We didn't suck tonight. Maybe there's a seed of hope there for sure. We also didn't play a great team. So I think there was a combination, and they played it back to back. So just before we start handing out the Stanley Cup, I know you're not doing that, Callum, but yeah, it was too high prior to contact. Oh, it was too high prior to contact. It was good height when contact. That's a Suter goal. Okay, yeah, EP 25 impressed me, but I get he sits next game instead of Susie, and of course Juleson will be out for Hughes. What time did the live start? 8:40. 8:40 tonight. I would have gone right after the game, but there's a number of things I had to do. In fact, I've got a whole bunch of things to do after the stream as well, so I won't be here too long tonight. I do think he is here to stay, just a matter of time. Absolutely. Actually, oh yeah, it would have been, it's 30 or 30 minutes in now. The Eric Branson trade was worth it in the end. Yeah, like when we traded for him and then we traded him away. Yeah, it kind of helped us with that. Yeah, I don't think he's done trading either. Novorisk said newcomers played well tonight. Personalized says, trust me, Canucks will be trading for another top D-man. That would be interesting. So I'm assuming that would be Besser. Isn't Lankinen the only goalie Ovechkin has never scored on? No. Ovechkin scored on 179 goalies in his NHL career, but it's not just Lankinen. Okay, if they can get one, okay. Maybe Brock gets traded to the Red Wings. I don't know where he's going to go. Besser will not be going anywhere until the offseason unless combined with Ford Petey. Well, no, because you have to trade him before the July 1st stuff. So it would be best if you're not going to make the playoffs that you move him before the deadline. In fact, I think he's going to be moved before the deadline either way. David W. says getting younger, faster, and opening up more cap space are good for the Canucks team that had needed all three. Yes, the NHL announced for next season a confirmed and a significant raise in the salary cap, but you're writing a book here tonight, David. I don't know where your next one is. Canucks Digest, good to have you here. Despite the loss, seeing Tyler Myers run from the puck was an all-time moment. Yeah, I know. He never ceases to amaze us, right, my friend? Good to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. What can't I even get right there? I don't know what we're talking about here. Matt, talking to Personalized. He did step up 1 point in 12 games. Yay, still not enough. Why can't you understand that? It's 2 games without Miller. 1 game without Miller. Yeah. No, it's only 1 game. Miller's played 2. Right? Oh, no, because he didn't play the other one. Yeah, you're right. Technically, it was last minute. Yeah. You guys are right. But it doesn't matter. It's still early. We'll see. Besser can be our rental without giving an asset. Yeah, he's the one that they will want as a rental for sure. 100% agree, Trev. Big pay means big play. No, big pay means big play. I like that. That's a good way to say it. Big pay means big play. Petey got moved from produce to the beer cooler. A squirrel. Okay. Hey, Japan Forest in the building. Carl is here. He was at the game tonight. Exciting end to the game. Too bad we couldn't capitalize on our chances. We also couldn't buy a call. That's true. It's true. Glad you were able to go. Wish I was there with you. Not much better than a Kempner Canucks stream after a Canucks loss. Oh, yeah. Well, we show up, right? Win, lose. We show up. Don't call him a baby. Talking about EP40. Hello. What did I miss? I am depressed. You missed a good game, actually. Actually, I would say a good ending. You missed that the newcomers look good. That's one thing. Well, people are blaming Talkit now. No, they've been playing Talkit for a while. It's always everyone else's fault except for EP40. Like they control EP40's life, his fitness level, his heart for the game. Yeah, I know there's some strong opinions, Martin, on that for sure. Personally, I would trade Brock for a first, and I really don't care about making an appearance in the playoffs this year. I always want to make the playoffs, but I love first-round picks. But we always trade them, so I'm just at that stage, and I think you and I were talking about that today. Elston says, what does the P and EP40 stand for? Pointless? No, it stands for Pettersson. But that's a good one. I like it. Studios, 11.6 million is a lot of V-Bucks. Woo! Fortnite. It's even more. That's a lot of V-Bucks. Yeah, it's a lot of V-Bucks. I think my son's playing Fortnite right now, actually. We played good, but if Miller was there with that same team, we could have won. I would agree with that, but maybe it's irrelevant now. So no more excuses, Bambi. You don't step it up ASAP. Your butt is gone. Bye-bye, right? Or bye. Andrew, thought the new guys look great tonight. Hope you are well. I'm doing really well. I'm doing well. Glad to have you here, Andrew. I think the thing with PD is that he has too much hockey IQ just to shoot the puck. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that one works. It's like, well, if you're so smart and you're going to shoot the puck, like, isn't the point to score? And sometimes those passes don't equal goals, even though he's an elite passer. Carol, it's good to see you. I enjoyed seeing you on Canucks stream. I think it was the members only stream. It was nice to see your face and to hear from you. Miller would have buried those goals. He doesn't miss. He does miss, Blazer fan. You and I love JT Miller, but if we're honest, he misses too. But yeah. 100% Blazer, but unfortunately we have PD and he was public skating again tonight. Wow. I think I saw him using the mental bars. Ooh. The metal bars, not the mental. Sorry, the metal bars. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he does miss a lot. It was good to see Chytil score, but also sucked to see him choke on that scoring chance in overtime. Yeah, can't get them all, but you're right. Trent's claim about EP40 being Bambi is interesting, although with no Miller, the time for CPD to step up more consistently is now, barring which pressure may very well build for a buyout. Really? I don't think they're gonna buy him out. They would trade him if they would do that. Am I reading that wrong? Dan, watching a Ranger fan channel, they say Chytil is close to retiring after his next concussion. I've heard that a lot. I'm very nervous about. I'm literally very nervous about his health. Very nervous. PD should have had 3 assists, but Besser has stone cold hands. True. Good point. Yeah. Pettersson is trying to be a playmaker. Our wingers can't hit the net or make passes. If we could move Besser first and a prospect for a playmaker like Marner, You know how much Marner would cost? I bet he ends up as a 100-point guy again. Okay, Mike, you're probably right, okay? But I just don't like the fact that now it's a new excuse. It's like he doesn't have wingers. He's literally got DeBrusque and Besser. It's got to be good enough. There's no one else. Those are your two best wingers on the team. So you guys, they have to produce, right? So I don't think that the Leafs would be interested in pass. If I don't think they would be interested in Besser, a first, and a prospect for Marner, but maybe they would. Maybe they would. Detroit is a better team than when we last played them. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. JT is producing in New York. Does this mean it's Tocchet's system that's holds him back? Elite offensive talent. Maybe it's why he's checked out. He couldn't sound Tocchet. Maybe. I don't think that's the case, but I do think like he's playing with really elite players as well there. Hey, personalized, relax, man. This is it's okay that people have different opinions than we do, right? It's okay. It's okay. None of us are hurting as we do not. I pay their salaries, dude. So do you. I've got the jerseys. I'm paying to do this kind of content. I'm paying with my time. I go to games. I'm paying for their salaries, dude. I'm paying. Now it's very, very, very small piece to the puzzle, but the merch, all that kind of stuff, going to games, I'm paying for their thing. So, and we're in a Canadian market, and we're allowed to have our opinions for sure. But I get you want us to be more positive, but I would rather be just passionate and truthful, realistic. Whatever your comment was before, this is the second part of it. So, Calvin says, one thing I noticed is that Chytil doesn't back skate like JT. The overtime goal by Detroit proved that. Yeah, no, it's true. But wasn't that what everyone criticized JT, that he didn't get back? He's either. Yeah, I thought Chytil's game was good. No, it's true. We can't buy him out. Chytil replacing Miller is positive, Matt says. The team can survive and continue without him. It will continue without him. Will we make the playoffs without him? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the team can improve with EP40. The team is 2 away from the bottom 10 now. Luckily, 2 away from the wild card. EP40 put the fear of God rushing scrums in front of Detroit goal crease and bouncing off fully grown men like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's going to be lots of different opinions on him. That's just fine. I would give Chytil a leash. He's averaged 14 minutes per game, and he just played 21 tonight. He was gassed. That's true. But, boy, I thought he played well for having those extra minutes. He's going to have an opportunity to be a difference maker, so we'll see what he can do. Yeah, I'm under the Matt. I don't think the Canucks are going to make the playoffs with this roster. That's just my personal thought. But maybe we will, and that would be great if we could. Yeah, maybe JT needed a change of scenery. Maybe Chytil needed a change of scenery. Maybe Marcus Pettersson needed a change of scenery. O'Connor. Yeah, so we'll see. Would EP40 do better on the wing and get another center? That's a possibility. I think he's a better center than he is a winger, to be honest. Giving him an A, a B-, and Connor a D+ for 1 block in 14 minutes. Interesting. I love Chytil. He's so electric. I'd say put him with Lecker-Mackey and Garland. That'd be cool. But who plays center? Oh, because Chytil can play center. My bad. Yeah, I thought he looked composed out there. There wasn't panic. That's why I was saying the NHL veteran. Todd McCullen found a way to get more out of the Detroit players. They have heart again. That's true. Don't forget the interference call on Myers. That was Detroit's first goal. I didn't think that. I watched that multiple times. I still don't think it was a interference call, to be honest, but I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. I didn't think Petey looked bad at all, but he didn't score, but he had great plays and a bunch of opportunities. Yeah, he was fine in my books, Andrew. Mike agrees as well. Petey embellished that. He did. It was not a penalty. He got hit without the puck. In fact, he got leveled. But every ref in the league knows about Pettersson faking penalties. Huh. I got bored listening in the second and left the stream. Okay, what stream? Like the live stream of the Canucks game? 9 for 12. That's impressive because he's usually not like that. Yeah, healthy scratch. Susie needs to play instead of number 47, Juleson. But again, cousin Vinny, Juleson's a right-handed shot defenseman. Susie's a left-handed shot defenseman. That's why he's out and he's in. That's just what Tocchet does. Without Hughes, Canucks are cooked. Yep, it's true. Why not just be consistent in making the playoffs, then win a cup? Sure. I don't care. As long as we win. Hughes needs to play instead of number 4. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think he should stick with the club. He's NHL ready. Yeah, the anthem booing, I get it. I get why Canadians are doing it. I just don't think it's a good idea. But I don't really want to get into it because it's I don't know if is it right or wrong. I don't know. Keep DPD over Susie. I can't stand Susie. I know, but Susie's making like over $3 million a year, so they're believing in him. Give it a season, and we'll have Hughes, Wielander, Pettersson, Hronek, Pettersson, Myers. Yeah, look at that. Look at those depth pieces too. Chris, every time I see 47, there's a goal against. I mean, you must miss half the game because he plays on the penalty kill and he is really physical. I actually like him. Okay, you like that? I'm not a big fan, but yeah. Not a big fan of the booing, but I understand why. Next game, Susie will be in for number 25, Tocchet, and lefty all around, think alike. That's awesome. Savvy, Dakota was brutal tonight. He should be nowhere near the top 6. Just bring up Leckermacki. Again, paying him over $3 million, everyone. Like, that's the plan. You guys want to get into the booing of the national anthem. Marcus Pettersson was 100% worth it. I remember you said he better be good. So can you tell us if he's good? I thought he looked like an NHL veteran defenseman tonight. I think in his debut with the Vancouver Canucks, he was solid. I don't really know what you want me to say. Is he great? I don't think he's great. I've seen him a number of games. I don't think he's great, but I think he's got some good strengths, and hopefully he brings a lot more stability. I thought he did tonight. He brought stability to us. So I should have thought Hughes there, guys. We should have got blown out, and we didn't, so that's good. Yeah, Dave Babbage was an amazing defensive defenseman. You're right. You're right. Booing an anthem is one of the most minor forms of protest. Boo away. Yeah. Dakota doesn't seem like himself. He had 2 good games and got injured. Now he's back. So Marcus was the most sought after player in the trade market. Why is that? I wonder. I don't think he is. I think the Canucks really wanted him, but I think if Petey really declines before March, they trade him. Otherwise, they'll let the season play out. Well, March is just around the corner. And there's the Four Nations Cup there too that he'll be playing in. Most sought after D-man. I don't think he was, man, but maybe I'm wrong about that. He was an animal out there moving the puck. And he was patient. Yeah, NHL veteran defenseman. He plays with confidence. Yes, very simple, and he can shoot. Yeah, he has the ability to shoot. He didn't score. But yes, Myers can shoot too. Just so you know, Hronek can shoot too. But RevTrev, you did say you didn't think he was. I don't think he's worth a first round pick, but the Canucks did. The Canucks management did. So, and they're the ones that are in charge. So I hate trading first round picks. Especially for a defensive defenseman. I don't think they're worth it. Ones with upside, like if you were getting Noah Dobson, then yeah, 100%. Noah Dobson and maybe another piece, I would totally do that. Love that guy. But I would have given a second round pick for Marcus Pettersson, but they wouldn't have done that. So plus they took away Desharnais and Heinen from us, so that was the trade-off, I think. Yep, Dave Babbage had the best mustache for sure. Marcus Petey is offensive. He's in the 97th percentile offensively and 47th percentile defensively. No, he's not. He barely scores, bro. He barely scores. Like it's rare. So Lume was the farthest thing from a defensive defenseman. Yeah, he's more offensive for sure, Michael. We got 2 99% speed skaters. That helps. The one game I saw with Mancini, he did some good plays. I really hope that he turns out for us. Ryan says, not sure if you've been following NBA. Oh, yeah. That Luka trade is mind-blowing to me. I know a lot of Canucks fans aren't big NBA fans, but how in the world did the Lakers land Luka? Saw a video tonight of a guy who's claiming that they're worried about his longevity of like injury history, that he's gained too much weight. But then it's like, but you traded for Anthony Davis, who is literally the most injury prone superstar in the NBA. So, him or Kawhi, right? So, I didn't realize that Dallas lost bad tonight. I didn't know that. Like Dallas Mavericks? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't. They gave up 90 in the first half. That's wild. Trade them all away. Fresh start, Cousin Vinny says. Our roster's average age is 27. That's not including our entry-level contract players that look promising. Our window is now shifted. Hughes, Pettersson, both Petterssons, through all three Petterssons, Lekermacki, Wielander, Hronek, Chytil, Höglander are all under 28. Under 20. That's good. Galactics here says second center playing like a number one tonight. Yeah, he was good. Okay, I'm just scrolling down. Mike says I would do PD for Cousins and Byram. That's two more pieces that fit our age group. Yeah. But it's the same amount of money or just a little bit more than Pettersson makes. So that's interesting. Why not tell Besser that we are going to trade him, even if he wants to sign here again, so we can get some assets, can get two birds for one stone type of deal? It's possible. I'd love to see a proper rebuild for the Vancouver Canucks. I mean, what does that look like? Moving Hughes? I don't want to do that. Yeah, we talked about that already. The trip and the interference and all that stuff for sure. You want to rebuild? Yeah, I'm not there. I think we got some good players, but we'll see. Okay, man. Let me just do a podcast with Coach Willie in the same room as you, Rev. He lives in Victoria. I'm in Nanaimo, so hard to do. Thanks, man. My new job starts tomorrow. So speaking of which, I do need to go. There's some things I have to get done, and I didn't get to almost everyone's comments. This one here, Nice is in the building. I think we should move Petey and Besser for a couple first round picks and 2 to 3 elite prospects. I mean, it sounds great, but that becomes a full rebuild, and I'd rather do a retool at this stage. But all things are possible at this stage. So Mancini and Wielander are all we have for right side prospects wise. I think it's a mistake to move him. All right. Okay, I got to go. I'm so sorry, everyone, that I didn't get to everyone's comments. I got to a lot of them. But 99 scored 92. Harold Snaps did have a great mustache as well. So yeah. Okay. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. I appreciate you. Next Canucks video, I believe, will be Tuesday night, unless I do one tomorrow night. I may get inspired and do one tomorrow night. So stay tuned. Follow me on X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I'd appreciate that. Appreciate each one of you. And we're gonna keep cheering this team on. I hope we keep winning, and I hope we make the playoffs. But we will see. Time will tell. I just thought the first impressions of the debuts was a good. It was like overall A experience for me, and I'm thankful. Hope it continues. But we'll see. Have a good night, and of course, always go Canucks go.
Wow.